Okay guys, we have got some amazing news. The Springboks have just made history. We have beaten New Zealand 43-10 in New Zealand. This is the All Blacks' heaviest defeat ever in the history of rugby. What a massive turnaround after last week's devastating loss. But this week, we have shown that we really are the best in the world. And doing so in New Zealand is such a difficult thing to do, but we have done it. Well done, boys. What an incredible day to be South African, as every day.
I'm in shock. I'm embarrassed. There is never, ever an excuse for an All Blacks team to record a result like this. And that is New Zealand's biggest loss in Test history. I'm Nathan. I'm a Kiwi sports journalist, follow for more rugby content. What happened? What happened to our set piece? How many lineouts did we lose on our own throw? Our scrum was getting dicked. That was probably the greatest 40 minutes in South African rugby history, and it was New Zealand's worst. How do we go from Eden Park last week to this? Some serious questions need to be asked of the All Blacks coaches, and especially the forwards coach Jason Ryan. Why are we going to the back of a very short line out, 5 metres out from our own line, when we've already been having line out issues? On the other hand, the Boks, a completely different side to last week. They just dominated the contest, didn't ice their opportunities in the first half, but everything clicked in the second. They were dominating the battle in the air, and the All Blacks just fell to pieces. Also, Wellington is never allowed to host a test again. No, that's it. You've had your chance, you blow it every single time.
Oh, well done, Bokies. That was a very tight game, but we couldn't let you guys go home empty-handed, so we had to give it to you. But anyway, well done, All Blacks. Well done, Bokies. It was a good game.
This is why we love rugby, right? 1 week difference after last week we got obliterated by the All Blacks. I didn't blame the ref once. All Blacks, all the credit. This week, 43 points to 10, a record-breaking defeat for New Zealand at home. If you love your Rugby Championship, you love your Springboks, I don't even have a voice. Please do remember to hit that follow button. The Boks, what a sensational performance. Look at like 2 videos ago that I said, who are the guys that has to come into this team? Damian Willemse, the best player in the world, by the way. He's been saying this for years. And Ethan Hooker. Sensational performance by the boys. Just dominated. It could have even been more. Right? If we were more clinical in that first half, it could have been more. Leroy Carter, by the way, for the All Blacks, he's great. He's great. He was great with the Chiefs. Looking forward to seeing his future. But for the Boks, we'll take this as our day. Right? Massive performance by the boys. And I said, even win or lose, you got to back these boys for a couple of games. Now, you saw the intensity that they played with. You saw the passion, the courage, everything. As a Bok fan, this was sensational. What a day. We can enjoy our weekend. You know how heartbreaking it was to face a defeat last week and then having to go your entire weekend knowing you got beat by your biggest rivals. We keep the Freedom Cup, by the way. We keep the Freedom Cup. Listen, this was a brilliant, brilliant game. For a neutral even, it was a great game for the South Africans. Oh my word. I don't think there's a lot of South Africans that really thought we were going to win this game. But I'm going to be cocky because I called for these changes and we got it. And I have to look at my comment section. At least you're not the fucking coach. Thank goodness you're not selecting the team. Well, look at that. Look at it. Treasure it, soak it in. It's beautiful. Am I cocky? Yes. Do you know South Africans are cocky? Yes. It shouldn't catch you by surprise. But well done to New Zealand for still pitching up and fighting right until the end, right? Like, New Zealand were not bad today at all. I just think we just, in that second half, were sensational. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say, guys. The Springboks just absolutely fucking annihilated us. Like, yeah, we did well in the first half to stay with them, but I guess only one team showed up in the second half, and yeah, the Springboks put on a clinic and made an absolute mockery of us. So yeah, look, I love the All Blacks and I really don't like to rip them apart. I'll leave that for the media during the week. I feel like they're going to have a field day, but yeah, I don't know. This one hurts, man. 43-10 at home. Like, can we stop playing games in Wellington? But yeah, for real though, I don't know what the hell is going on. But yeah, well played to the Springboks. They were far too good. So yeah, I don't know. Where do we go from here? Who knows? But anyways, that is all. Thank you.
Shout out to the Black Ferns. You may be New Zealand's only hope for a victory tonight. The game's not over. I might as well make my recap video now. The Rugby Championship continues to deliver. We have every team with 2 wins and 2 losses, which sets up an epic encounter with a hurt All Blacks team and some wounded Wallabies at Eden Park in 2 weeks' time. I don't really have anything else to say other than the South Africans were too good tonight. We didn't have an answer for anything they did. I'm very embarrassed to be filming this in public. The clinic in the last 20 minutes,
That was
Shout out Leroy Carter though for a try on debut. Whatever Rossi drilled into his team over the last week has certainly worked. 43-10 is a record score, let alone on home turf. This hurts more than Twickenham. It hurts more than Twickenham. 1 apiece for 2025.
Okay, AB's fans, look away now. South Africa win that game 43 points to 10. Now, this was a game of 2 halves, but the story in both halves was still pretty much very the same in the sense that South Africa dominated most elements in the first half, and then the ones they weren't dominating in the first half, they got in the second. First half, really exciting 40 minutes of rugby. A lot of back and forth. Both teams just looking to constantly counter one another. Tried by and then lovely intercept by Cheslin Colby. A good try by Leroy Carter on debut. Sides were separated by 3 points at half time at 10-7. And then, from the get-go, the floodgates opened. Springboks score again through Cheslin Colby. And then once that try goes, once they get themselves into a 7-point lead, then the Springbok machine just keeps on rolling through. And that has got to be the best performance, the best half that the Springboks have put together, I would say, all year so far. It's definitely the half where they have looked the best. The crazy thing is South Africa are yet to play a game where they have consistently performed well over 80 minutes. So if, against Argentina they do that, score lines against there could get quite ugly. This man here, Damian Willemse, I didn't know what to think about him being at 12, but you know what? He was outstanding. He was creating things. He was scoring. He was absolutely unplayable. Everyone labelled from 1 to 15 in the box squad was just on their game today. The bench, I thought was going to be an issue because they had to bring so many of them on early, but somehow that box side weathered the storm, the intensity from the earlier stages of the match, and they actually look fitter than the All Blacks come the end of the game, who were hands on hips, hands on heads, all that kind of stuff. So, well done Springboks, you utterly deserve that. That second half was something monumental and amazing. Gets you back up to world number 1. New Zealand dropped to 3. Irish fans will be happy because they're now back in number 2. And the crazy thing is, I like to hope my Bok fans, supporters on here, take this win with a bit more grace than the loss. I have a feeling that the same for the Kiwis. I'd also like to put, hopefully you take this loss with some grace and don't start picking at the referee or stuff like that, and just please don't do it. Okay guys, Box 1 were deserved winners. From 1 to 80 they were the dominant side, so good on them. And now we have a week's break before the final 2 rounds, so until then guys, catch you later.
Laat ek gou vir julle iets mooi verduidelik. Laat ek iets gou baie mooi vir jou verduidelik. Moet nooit, ek sê vir jou nooit, die Bokke onderskat nie. Dit sal jou grootste fout wees. Ek sê vir jou vandag, my broers en susters, die Bokke het gespeel. Die World Champions het gespeel. Ek sê vir jou nou, die All Blacks moet net weet dat daar nog net 1 World Champion is. Vandag is die Bokke nog steeds die beste in die wêreld en ons het vir julle gewys. We showed you guys why we are the best in the world. The hashtag is coming back. The best in the world. The All Blacks can't say that. Last week we lost by 7 points under ref. This week we win by 33 points. A romp, I tell you, a romp. A romp. We gave them such a hiding. Hulle sal nooit weer teen die Bokke wil speel nie. They'll never ever want to play against the Springboks again. For all the New Zealanders, the All Black fans in New Zealand, let me explain to you what I just said now. That you must never, ever underestimate the best in the world, the 4-time reigning, defending, back-to-back world champions, the Springboks. I said in the week, 30 points to 20, I was being too kind. 33-point win. 33-point difference between us and this All Blacks, man. This is heritage. This is DNA. We might fall down, but we come back 20, 33 times stronger, man. The Bokke. Yo, just a bit of composure. That's all I ask from the boys. Let me tell you something. Damian Willemse had the game of his life today. Why are we suckling with Willie Leroux when we have Damian Willemse? Hey, Damian, I take my hat off to you. You came back. You put all the haters, the disbelievers, you put them all to bed today. You showed what you are capable of. You showed why you are a double World Cup winning champion. I put respect on Damian Willemse's name, man. Put some respect on his name. Why are we circling with Willie Leroux when we have this brilliant baller? This is what you call a baller. Cristiano Ronaldo of the rugby game. You know what I mean? A baller, son. LeBron James. A baller. Steph Curry, a baller. That's what Damian Willemse is to rugby. And then, let me just clarify another thing also, and this is the last time that I'm going to talk about it. The last time, and we're not going to do it again. I don't care what happens from here on out. But respect will be put on Manie Lebok's name. There is only one Bok, and that is Manie Lebok. From the gravel roads of Humansdorp to Wellington, to balling in Wellington. Conversions, he missed a couple, but it's okay, but he balled. He put us on the front foot. Manie Lebok. Manie has overtaken Andre Pollard. I don't want to hear nothing from no one. Nothing from no one. There's a big difference between how Manie controlled the game when he came on and how Andre played last week. Manie needs to start at 10. I don't want to hear nothing. Ek wil niks worry. I don't want to hear from that side or this side or whatever you think. Put some respect on Manie Lebok's name. Put some respect on his name. I'm gassed. I'm gassed. I'm so gassed. I got some motion at the moment. Yeah! You would swear that the Wallabies were playing in Wellington with the amount of yellow seats there were at the end of the game. That's what the Bokke did. They emptied the stadium. We emptied the stadium, boys. We emptied the stadium. Ballers, absolute hiding. I want apologies from that All Black fans that disrespected my name. That disrespected the Bokke name. You guys must come back to the comment section and come apologize for disrespecting the 4-time back-to-back world champion. I'm so gassed. We are outside. We outside, boys. Kom pad toe. Kom pad toe. Ons gaan jou weer kry. Jy moet winkel toe gaan. Jy moet weer winkel toe gaan. Ek gaan jou by die winkel kry. And we got them at the winkel today. Brilliant performance. Listen, I have to give it up to Rassie. Honestly, took a massive gamble today. A lot of early injuries. But the guys that came on the squad selection, Ethan Hooker, brilliant game. Brilliant game. Jasper Wiese, brilliant game. RG Snyman is our number 4 lock. Even Etzebeth, lam bench. RG Snyman, ball today. That's what I want from my lock. Physicality, adding on to the running game. Even must sit bench. He must sit bench. Luan Norkia got it together in the lineouts. Our lineouts we still need to work on. But boys, this is next level rugby, man. Grant Williams, when he came on, brilliantly. Kobus Reinach needs to work on his composure. He can't hit the ball back into the ruck. Like, guys, absolutely brilliant game. Kane Moody had his moments as well. But Damian Willemse, take a bow, man. Take a bow. After being said that your confidence is lost, you show today what a serious baller you are. Take a bow. Ek wil net jou hand skud. I just want to shake your hand one time for today's performance. Yes, so, next level, guys. Next level. Cheslin Colby, 2 tries. He also had a thingy game, but he contributed when he needed. Intercept try that got us back into the game. Absolutely amazing. Next level, guys. I am over the moon. Come to the comment section and come apologize for the disrespect.
South Africa has just done the unthinkable. The Springboks didn't just beat the All Blacks, they humiliated them in their own backyard. A record-breaking 43-10 in Wellington. That's New Zealand's heaviest ever defeat in Test rugby history. If you know rugby, you know how big that is. The All Blacks are the gold standard, the measuring stick, the team everyone respects and fears. And yet the Boks tore through them like it was a training run. Fans on both sides are still trying to process what they just witnessed. One Springbok fan summed it up perfectly. He said, "This is why we love rugby. Last week we got obliterated, and I didn't blame the ref once. All credit to the All Blacks. But this week, 43-10, a record-breaking defeat for New Zealand at home. If you love your Rugby Championship, you love your Springboks." That right there captures the roller coaster of emotions. South African fans went from despair to pure ecstasy in just 1 week, and the reactions kept pouring in. Another fan, voice completely gone from screaming, said, "What a sensational performance. Look at 2 videos ago when I said who has to come into this team. Damian Willemse, the best player in the world, by the way. Ethan Yuka, sensational performance by the boys, just dominated. It could have even been more if we were more clinical in that first half." That's the scary part. South Africa left points out there and still smashed the All Blacks by 33. Of course, there was still respect for New Zealand. Leroy Carter, the young All Black, got a lot of praise. Fans pointed out his work with the Chiefs and said his future is bright. But for the Boks, this was their day. Fans were ecstatic. "We keep the Freedom Cup," one proudly shouted. That trophy means a lot in this rivalry, and South Africa made sure it stayed in their cabinet. And here's where the emotions really showed. One Springbok fan admitted, "Do you know how heartbreaking it was to lose last week, then carry that defeat the whole weekend against your biggest rivals? Now, this win makes the entire weekend sweeter. It's payback. It's beautiful." South Africans were cocky, unapologetically so. "Am I cocky? Yes. Are South Africans cocky? Yes. Don't be surprised," one said with a grin. But even then, he still gave credit to New Zealand for fighting until the end, saying, "The All Blacks weren't bad today. We were just sensational in that second half." Now let's flip to the Kiwi side, and the mood couldn't be more different. One New Zealand journalist was in absolute shock. "I'm embarrassed," he said. "There is never an excuse for an All Blacks team to record a result like this. That was probably the greatest 40 minutes in South African rugby history, and it was New Zealand's worst." He didn't hold back either, calling out the set piece, saying, "How many lineouts did we lose on our own throw? Our scrum was getting destroyed." He also raised serious questions about the coaching decisions. "Why are we throwing to the back of the lineout 5 meters out when we've been having lineout issues all game? That's madness." And then the ultimate insult for Wellington. "You're never allowed to host a test again. You've blown it every single time." That's how deep the pain goes. But let's be real, for rugby fans everywhere, this was incredible to watch. It wasn't just a game, it was a historic moment. New Zealand, the greatest rugby nation, suffering their biggest loss ever, at home. South Africa, proving once again that when they get it right, they are unstoppable. Their intensity, passion, and sheer physicality left New Zealand stunned. 1 week it's heartbreak, the next it's glory. That's rugby. That's why people love this sport. The Springboks will celebrate this forever, and the All Blacks will have some soul-searching to do. Whether you're South African, Kiwi, or just a neutral, this match will be talked about for decades. The day the Boks broke New Zealand in Wellington, 43-10. So what do you think? Was this South Africa at their absolute peak, or was this just New Zealand collapsing under pressure? Either way, history has been made, and rugby fans are the real winners.